Welcome everybody. Happy Saturday. Come on in. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping here. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California. Let me just get onto the page. There I am. Here we go. Say hello when you come in. Hi Veronica. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good to see you here. All right, let me get my chair out of the way. We're going to get started right away. If you are new here and you don't know who I am Mara LaFay, Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara, owner, creator, designer of Diva Designs. So excited we have a new release coming. Oh my gosh, 5 new stencils are coming in. Hey Mary Sharkey, how are you? Say hello when you come in. There's my Molly, how are you? Let's get the camera down. We're gonna do something fun. We're gonna do a fall project today. And we're gonna be using a stencil that I don't think I've used in a really long time. Maybe you've never seen it before. It's called Aviary. Good morning, Nikki Hunter. It's called Aviary. So we're gonna be using it today with one of the new Roycycle papers from the fall collection. Hi, Rena. So good to see you. Charlotte is in the house and Bonnie. Welcome, everybody. This paper, super fun. Let me tell you the number of it. It is an 18-pound weight paper, 20 by 30, 33, number 3373 is one of the new papers from the collection. And it's meaty. Look at all those great fall images on this paper. Isn't this amazing? Look at that. So I've chosen one of them, and you can see, I'll show you the one. Good morning, how are you? There's Sister Jen, how are you, sweetheart? It's so good to see you here. Good morning, Sandy and Robin. Lynn is here. All right, let me put this away. It's meaty, you guys. If you're looking, hi, Sweet Kay. If you're looking for a good paper for the fall, good morning, Regine. This is great because this is what's called a project block. A project block paper. I know I just closed it, but it's got a ton of images in there. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. A lot of choices on this paper. This is the image that I've chosen, and I've cut it out. Hi, Sweet Lynn. Hey, Denise. Good morning, Patty Craven. I just love it. I love it. The fall colors. It's not really, I don't know, it's not, can it be too fall? I don't know. I really like it. So we're going to decoupage this first. Let me grab some liquid patina and put it here. Do I have a flat brush? I do, right here. Get my decoupage. I thought I had everything out. I've been here since 8 a.m. because I wasn't sure what I was going to do for a project. So, of course, I didn't sleep. And I was like, Lord, I need a project. I need like something good. I need something good. So anyway, this is what we're doing. I will tell you how I prepped my board. Good morning, Donna. I did trace the stencil over my paper so I knew where to cut. Okay. And then I also traced my design with pencil on my board. So you can see I traced it on my board, so I knew where to put the paper. So now we're going to, let's just talk really quick about papers and wrinkling, since nobody likes wrinkles in their decoupage paper. 18-pound weight paper is unlike rice paper. It is more, I hate to say more paper than rice, but it's not rice paper. It's 18-pound weight, which is a little bit thicker than like your gift wrap. So normally it's 10-pound, like gift wrap is 10-pound weight. You're gonna get a little demo on this. Is that the cute? Yes, it is, Lynn. Wrapping paper is 10 pound. So this is 18 pounds. So it's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit sturdier. But I'm going to show you, and I know a lot of you, especially if you watch me for a while, you already know this. But just in case, it's good to refresh on paper weights and how to treat them so that you don't get wrinkles. The reason why you get wrinkles in paper is because when it hits the water or your decoupage medium, it reacts and it swells, it expands, right? Good morning, Barbara. So if you pre-expand your paper before you decoupage it, you're not going to get wrinkles. So how do you do that? I'm glad you asked. It's a good question. We're just going to give it a light mist. So we're pre-expanding my papers so that I'm not getting, you don't want to drench it, but you definitely want to mist it. Okay, can you see that? Now I've expanded the fibers. Now when I decoupage this, it is not going to wrinkle. Let me get it all up here, which really, honestly, I'm going to stencil over this, so it really is going to be okay. How many of you didn't know that? I'd be curious to see how many of you didn't know that. So we're going to add a little bit of our liquid patina. Let me see if I can get this down a little bit further so you don't need to see me, rather you see the project. And I already poured some of this. So what's everybody up to this Saturday? Thank you, Sandy. I actually got it when I was out with the girls last week. Look at this. It's super cute. It's got all this. I hate to show you my big old fat bottom, but it's got it's a duster, and it has all that great color. It's very, very flowery. She probably didn't wear the right. Mary, you didn't know that. You didn't know that either. I love that you guys are learning little nuggets. Excuse me. So now I'm not going to get any wrinkles, or it definitely cuts back your wrinkles. I'm going to actually start at the top. And I'm going to put a layer down at the top. I'm using liquid patina. It is my decoupage medium of choice. However, you can use whatever you have. This project is not depending on certain products. The only thing you're really going to need is those great stencils. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, I wasn't going to buy anything because I don't really need anything. Hey, Molly. I couldn't resist. And it was probably a little pricier than I wanted to spend, but I thought, what the heck, it's birthday month. Good morning, Ruth. So I'm going to set that right in here. Like I said, I've already made a place where my paper is going to go. And I'm going to start at the top. I'm using my decoupage squeegee. Hang on. Bit on, and then we're going to keep adding. So last night my daughter joined me on my main page, and I gotta tell you, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun having her there, but she is such a critic, such a critic. Even this morning she checked me out, she looked me up and down, and I said, what's the matter, you don't like my outfit? She's like, no, you look cute today, Mom. Like, thanks. And she goes, but I don't like your bracelet. You're on call. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, the new stencil release is coming. Just taking it slow and easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Just a little at a time. I'm a little off kilter. Big surprise there, right? It's okay. I think we're just going to roll with it. Now we have got a perfectly wrinkle-free paper. Bit of an air bubble in there. These squeegees are great because It allows you to go over your paper without tearing it. So it has a hard edge and it also has like a felt edge. Okay, look at that. Perfect, right? No wrinkles. Hey, Patty, I'm so glad you're here. You know what? I thrifted this. In fact, I still left the ticket on. $5.99 at the Goodwill. So when I go, a lot of you know that I go to Vegas to see my mom. The Goodwill is 40% off on Wednesdays for seniors. I look for surfaces, even if it has something on it already, because usually you can get them really cheap. Another thing to do is when you go to your craft stores, Hobby Lobby or wherever it is that you're going, you know what, I am going to put a layer over the top of this as well. Just a light layer. Look in the, like right now, I think all the spring is on sale. So just look for things that you can paint over. It really doesn't matter what it says or what's on it. Yeah, this said something hokey. Yeah, the fall colors are beautiful in this paper. Really pretty. I'm a little off here. That's okay. Story of my life. Good morning, Rebecca. Hi, Shauna. Barbara, I hope your hubby's doing better. Can't wait to see you in September. We are doing a workshop here in San Diego. And we have 30 ladies coming from all over the United States, or we have a guest teacher. My good friend Vasilis is coming all the way from Greece. It's going to be a great time. Let's get this dry. I was thinking to do my cage in kind of like a rusty, this is called aviary, Sandy. I hardly ever use it. Thank you, Lori. This is the one we made in our membership group. I love chunky jewelry. Anybody else? We were just talking about this the other day in group, how I've been collecting broken china for a while to make some jewelry. And I cut some pieces that were in the middle of the plates, and I didn't have the heart to cut them smaller. So some of them are like big, and I was just wondering, is it too big? I don't know. I like chunky jewelry. Hopefully the fact that I'm just a little off is going to be okay. I think it will. All right, we're going to let this dry a little bit more. The piece that's lifted up here. All right, and then we're going to go on and we're going to stencil. Barbara, I'm so glad that it's coming along. Yes, we did make bracelets, and I made this one too. This was, I don't know, I love doing jewelry. This isn't one of our jewelry sessions. I think it was quite a while ago. And it's got, not that I want to tell you about this bracelet, but it's got fine line crackle on here. This is an IOD mold on here. And decoupage. So it's just decoupaged, a mold. Of course, bling, because everything's better with bling. Hi, Robin. Good morning, Ravi. Okay, next I think we're going to use Harmony just as a background, and I think I'm going to do it in a lighter color because I really don't want, let's do the cappuccino. I really don't want it to be, Judy loves big and bold, me too. I don't really want it to stand out. I just want it to kind of be like an accent in the background. So we're going to go in with Decor Paint Chalky and Cappuccino, and I might just work right off the lid. Okay, can you guys see that good? I know, Charlotte. I wish you could have come also. We're going to start at the top. So those of you who don't know, this stencil is called Harmony, and it's actually the music notes and the lyrics to Amazing Grace in French. And another fun fact about Harmony is if you take every other line it'll match right up. So if you wanted to do music notes and lyrics, you can put them together. Okay, Yasmin's personality reminds you of your youngest daughter. Aw, yeah, she's funny. So let's just do this. We're gonna offload a little bit. And we're going to and I really am okay if I don't have the same intensity of color from the top to the bottom or in the middle, because this is just a background. You know, I love to layer stencils. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. I love mixed media, and stencils are just a great way to add a little bit of dimension to your projects without overpowering it. Let this dry a little bit. You didn't know that about the stencil? Yes. So this was made to work either separately or together. So of course you can use the music notes separately, but if you stencil your music notes first and then place this right over it, every other line will fit right in between. So a lot of thought went into the making of this one. And I love Amazing Grace, and I love anything French, so it just, which really, it wouldn't matter if it was in Russian. You don't really can't read it anyway, but it is in French. And the lyrics to Amazing Grace. I just want to make sure that I'm not smearing and that that's dry. And let's just take, again, just working off my lid here. Okay, Molly. Yeah, catch the replay. We had fun. We had fun. Make sure I get this straight. I'm sometimes notorious for getting things kind of cockeyed. I am being mindful of the design underneath, so I'm really just going right up to it. Just to create a little bit of interest behind my board. Probably shouldn't bother doing this, but why not? Let's do the other side really quick. Zippity, zippity quick. Put a little bit more paint. Probably shouldn't have done it on this side, because this is where you're going to see that it's a little off, but That's all right. We don't sweat the small stuff around here. Okay, so that is step number 1. And I will show you this. Look at that. Just a really nice background on there. I'm using Cappuccino, Ruth. Decor Paint, Chalky, and Cappuccino. This is the 230 mil, but we also have these in 100 mils. VintageRetailTherapy.com. Let me put it in there. Hang on, let me add it to the comments. There we go. Hi, Patricia. All right, next we're going to add our aviary stencil, and this is where we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to be using the PentArt Rust Effects kit, and it is a kit. It's kind of like let me think, Rust for Dummies, if you will. I hate to say that, but there are 5 colors, and here it is on a mold. Really, you can play with it a lot, but it comes with all the colors, and it also comes with some 3D powder. Thank you, Bonnie. We made this necklace together in our membership group. It looks great with the words going all the way down. Yeah, I thought it would look better. Even though this is going to get covered, I think it's going to be okay. And probably could have put those words on the bottom. I am going to tape this though, just so that it stays. I love chunky jewelry and I cannot lie. So what's fun about this stencil is that it has 2 different options for toppers, or you cannot have a topper. So this is kind of a more traditional topper, and then this one is just a little fancier, because we're like that. We like fancy. Alright, so now we're going to place this, because I've already cut this. Now you can see it's just going to fit really nicely right over that. Even though I went a little askew, it's going to be just fine. Actually, I'm going to move my stencil over just a little bit, because I went off center ever so slightly. So it's going to show on this side. But that's okay. It's all right. Done is better than perfect, I always say. We fancy like that. That's right. Did I ever use Pixie Spray? I have used Pixie Spray, but I tell you, typically, I don't like to use stencil adhesive because I hate cleaning it. So I usually just tape everything down. I don't typically will use stencil adhesive. So I always start with my darkest color first, which is this one. I might need to get another one. You've been using this one for a long time. Ooh, that's enough. Figures I get all schmutzy. All right, now I'm actually going to use the same brush. And we're just going to go over. stencil right over our paper. I could have cut this a little smaller. I just thought it was easier to trace it and then not have to go smaller. I think I might actually. Okay. Let's see if I'm missing my comments. Hi, Kathy. How are you, sweetheart? Hope Charles is having a good day. Now, if you wanted any of this, your design to look like it's on the outside of the cage, you would just leave that line out. But I actually want him to look like he's inside the cage. In my mind, this is going to look great. Let's see if that actually happens. Let's see, because you never know. You know, I don't typically do my projects ahead of time and then redo them. I know some people do. We do real here. If it comes out great, you know it. If it comes out not so great, you know it. And that's okay, because I think you actually learn more from watching a mistake. So you're either going to know how to fix it or you're going to know not to do it. Either one. So I'm loving that so far. We're going to leave that in place, and then we're going to go in with our next color, which I think is going to be this one here. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of the 3D powder to this, just to make it a little crusty. Just so that it's got some texture. You could have added that texture to the brown as well. I had a fan going, so I have to move all that. And you can hear it. It's kind of scratchy sounding. Maybe add a little more. You never got the rust effect. Maybe one day. Yeah, I really love it. I don't use it a lot, but I feel like when I want rust, this is a great way to achieve it. And then I get to control it. Sometimes these little things get clogged up. They get kind of persnickety. But there's plenty in there. There's plenty in there. You use the rust kit on a fall board I'm making. You love the colors. The colors are great. The colors are really great. And I love that it's already done for you. You don't have to try to decide what colors to use. And you get to control how much. I don't know if you can see that. There's a lot of texture in there. Do I want to go with another brush? Yeah, might as well. And now I'm just going to kind of go in random spots. Hey Hey, Mac. So you don't want to cover up the whole thing. And here's where you don't want to overthink it. So this is where stinking thinking can come in. Don't be like, oh, there's more here and there's not enough here and I need some here. Just keep going. Just keep your hands moving. That's looking really good, if I do say so myself. So I kind of pick it up every once in a while just to kind of see what I'm doing. If I want to add a little extra here or there. Should we add a topper on there? Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Maybe a little more of that orangey. I really like it on those rivets because to me it seems like that's where it would be kind of a little bit more rusted. That's another thing. If you're using pixie spray, you can't really lift this up and put it back down again. I mean, you could, but all right. Do we want a fancy top or do we want a plain top? What do you think, ladies? Can you see? Isn't that fun? All right, let's keep going. Do we want a fancy top or do we want a simple top? What do you think? Simple? Fancy? First comment that picks simple top, fancy top. I don't hear you. Simple, fancy top, Barbara says. Okay. Fancy, fancy. My fancy girls. All right, so now we're going to do that same process. All right, you guys are all in agreement. I love that. All right, so back with our brown. Let's get a little bit more brown. This is going to be an easy project, you guys. Easy peasy. Royce, you're right. I do want to do fancy. I was trying to be nice and let them choose. I was trying to be nice. We are loving your fall papers, and this project block is so meaty and so delicious. We're going to keep this simple because I want to make sure that all the projects we do are easily duplicatable. I know I should probably just take the top off of this. And I'm okay if I don't get every piece in brown, because don't forget we're going to go in with that secondary color. You can use a third color as well. It's got 4 colors in there. It has 4 colors. So I usually start with my darkest and then work lighter. There's a golden color that's kind of cool too, but a lot of the times, and we may do this, I didn't even think about doing it, I pulled it out. A lot of the times I'll go back in with my patina paint and then add a little bit of the patina to that, which I think I may with this color. What do you think? Let's try it. Let's try it. All right, now let's go in there. We need a little bit more of this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Trying to get those empty spots that I didn't cover with the brown. Oh yeah, baby, come to mama. That looks good. Look at that. That looks good. Loving that. Loving it so far. All right, next. What are we going to do next? Do we want to add a little bit of that green? I'm thinking yes. Let's try it. Let's try it. If we hate it, I'll go back over it with brown. What do you think, ladies? We're not done yet. We're not done. So same thing with this. You actually get 5 colors in this set. Trying to think of which one to do. Let's try this. I don't know, to me, rust and patina kind of go together. That might be too bright, but I kind of feel like we gotta see. We gotta see. So half the fun is experimenting, because you never know. You never know what you're going to like until you try it. Hello, any day here. Let me give it a little pokey. Now, sometimes you just got to take these little... Comes off on my finger pretty good. I've had this same kit for, gosh, well over a year. So it's no wonder that they get a little clogged. Let's see if we like this color on there. Let's put it in this little spot in here just to see if we like it. Oh, it does kind of add a nice little dimension on there. But let's do it at the top, because more than likely it'll make it look like it's kind of drippy. Let's see if I can line that back up again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Yep. More is more. Don't overthink this. You'll paralyze yourself if you overthink. Stinking thinking will kick in. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I like it so much, we're going to do a little more. Yeah. I love it, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, to me, rust and patina kind of go together. Good morning, Shauna. Just a little hint. Can we add more? We absolutely can add more. Should we? I don't know. Maybe so. Let's see. I still have a lot of stuff I want to do to this, so I need to get on it. Kind of zippity quick. Come to mama. So I was a little bit timid because I wasn't sure I liked it. Now that I know I like it, I could be a little bolder. Let me take you higher. All right, let's do this. Where are you? Here we go. Line that up. Come on. A little bit more of that color. Wait till you see. It looks really good, if I do say so myself. Need a little more. I need a little more, un poquito más. Really don't want to have to take that lid off again. Poopity poop. Thing is, I'm kind of a cheapskate and I hate waste, and I can't put this back. But what I can do is use it on the next portion. Where am I? Yeah, I like it. You've always liked the colors of patina together. Me too, Donna. Me too. Let me show you. Doesn't that look good? Bow, chicka, bow, bow. All right, next. I was going to put a header on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I kind of feel like we need something up here. So I think I was going to go in with the classic borders. And is it going to be too much if I do another rusty top? I think it would be okay. And then I was thinking to go in with some leaves. Maybe we should do the leaves first. What do you think about a little leafage there underneath there? That might be kind of fun. I think so. I think so. And then maybe do the top. Should we do a top at that? I was going to put a mold on there, and I thought, no, let's just stick with stencils. We could raise that up and make it 3D. Leaf or no leaf? I think let's do a leaf. Don't you like how I ask you a question and then I answer my own self? I love the curly cues in here, but it doesn't really fit. Let's do this. Let's do that right there. because I don't want it to be all rust. I want to pick up a little bit. All right, she's saying 3D. Do I have my, I have loft spackle. I could do a 3D, but I was kind of wanting to do a rusty top to it. Janet. Janet. From another planet. Covering that because I want it to look like it's coming from underneath. Let's go in with some thorn. And let me grab another brush really quick. That's pretty, and I'm not going to cover the whole thing. I want some variance in those leaves. So you can see I'm not filling in the entire stencil. And I think we're just going to do it on the one side. I don't really like things symmetrical. In fact, if my board were wider, I would probably offset it. I very rarely do things right smack in the middle. Although I wouldn't mind one going up, but I think we're just going to leave the one for now. Hi, Catherine. Hey, Debbie. If you're new to Diva Designs, welcome. I'm so glad you're joining us. If you're not following our page, I would love for you to follow, and please go ahead and do all the things that the book likes. Share, sprinkle, whatever it is that we're calling it these days. All right, what do you think? Just that little bit of leaf, right? I know, non-symmetry is the best. All right, let's add that topper. Let's add the topper. Topper for the wind. I was going to put some crackle on there, but I changed my mind. Big surprise. Classic borders, I'm thinking this one here. Thank you, Janet. And let's take that down. I think that's going to give it a nice finish. Okay, that looks like a good place. Make sure it's straight. That I don't know. Hang on. You must have total concentration. Doesn't look straight to me, but it looks, unless my board is cut uneven. Which could be, because it kind of does look like a handmade board. All right, let's try that. But now it's kind of not centered with that. Do we mind? We could put a mold in the middle of it and call it a day. Let's see. What do I have laying around here? Let's see what I got. I'm looking in my stash of molds here. I might add something afterwards in the middle. Okay. I don't have, a key would be kind of fun. Thank you, Shauna. That's so sweet of you. Well, creativity is a muscle. The more you use it, the bigger it gets. And I really want this kind of centered with that, even though it's going to be offset just a little bit in my design. I kind of want this middle to kind of be right up there. Because this went on a little crooked, the rest of it is going to go on a little crooked. I'm okay with that. Hi, Kathy. I'm okay with that. All right, so we're going to do that one more time, and I think this one we're really going to rust up quite a bit. Or we could use the corners. We could. Now, I think I'm going to do this. I'll probably add a mold in there for dimension. I might do it afterwards because I don't have any out here. I have them all in the other room. So we have our Rust Effect kit, and we also have our Patina Effect kit. Thank you, Molly. You're so sweet. All right, so now I have all three colors. Let's do it again, Sam. So I start by pouncing just to really see how much paint I have on there. And if you've got too much paint and haven't offloaded enough, that's going to tell you right away from that first pounce of what you got going on. Whew, it's warm in here. What's the weather going to be like by you today? It's going to be warm today here in San Diego. We're really kind of in the middle of our summer. Although it stays nice here, probably until the beginning of October. And I don't have the air on in the studio. I was here this morning at 8 and didn't put the air on. I'll put it on probably when I get done because Jessica will be in at 11. Our store doesn't open till 11. So it's nice that I get to come in early and do a little bit of stuff before my day gets started. I want to add a little bit more 3D powder to this. Let's get a little bit more. Mary, that's so sweet of you to say. Thank you. Really want this to be super textural because you're going to notice it a little bit more. Let's just mix that up. What did I do with that other palette knife? Probably around here somewhere. Here it is. Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. All right. Ready? Let's do it. God, my glasses keep wanting to slip off my face. Don't overthink this. Just keep your hands going. Tell my girls that all the time. Just keep moving. When you're in the middle of the fire is not the time to stop. Just keep going. I love how the orange and the brown plays in so nicely together. Now we're going to go in with our funky turquoise. I like it a lot. Tell me if you've ever used this aviary stencil. It's not one that I gravitate to a lot, but it's one that when I use it, I'm glad I had it. I love birds. So to me, it just was a natural to create a stencil that has a bird cage. And we actually do have a bird stencil. That's a double layered stencil, but my board really wasn't quite big enough for this. So I wanted to do something that was easy, easily duplicatable. You guys, this took less than an hour. And I probably will add a mold or something right there. Let's get that dry and I'll hold it up. I feel like I could flick some paint on there too. Maybe distress my edges. Do I have an ink pad here anywhere? Let's see. I don't, but I should. You have the stencil, but you've not used it, but now I totally want to. That makes me happy. Barbara, I know you love birds like I do. If you're wondering what can go underneath this stencil, this project block has so many birds on it. Let's count. Let's count how many birds. I mean, you could actually, if you wanted to, you can take some of these florals and you can cut them out and you can put them around. But let's see. This has got a cute turkey. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birds on this one paper. Look at this. Meaty, 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 meaty. It's got some gorgeous florals. Every single one of those birds would look great inside this bird cage. And then some. Let's do a little bit of a recap and I'll show you up close what we've done. I started just with the scrap board that I thrifted. Actually, I thrifted for $5.99 plus 40% off because I'm a senior. Thank you very much. You might order that stencil when you're new. Yes, I want to say we're probably about 2 weeks away from the new release. So we started with decoupage paper number 3373, which is one of the new collections in the Roy Cycle paper. So I cut it out. I traced my design on top of, we used the aviary stencil. I traced my design on top of my board. I traced my design on top of my paper. I cut it to size, decoupaged it on with my liquid patina. Then we went over it with the aviary stencil in the rust effect. Started with the brown. I didn't even use all the colors. Started with the brown, added the orange, added the 3D powder to the orange. Then we went in with with Chapito, just a little bit of the patina in green. Let's see. What's it? Oh, classic borders. And then this background is, what's the name of it? Harmony. It's the Harmony background. So there we go. Let me get you up close. I love the addition of those three colors together. I really feel, oh, and then we use the classic elements. Just a little bit of leaves right here. Look at that. Super fun, super pretty, super easy. Every single one of you could do this. You're excited for the new release, Shauna? Me too. It's crazy because everything is happening all at once. The DQ release is coming out. The IOD release is coming out. My Stencil release is coming out. There's a lot of stuff all kind of happening at the same time. I do think we need a mold on there, something, maybe a key. I'm not really sure exactly what it's going to be, but I'll find something. I'll find something really, really fun. Let me see if I'm missing any comments. I don't think so. Any questions, pop them in the comments. I will answer. Thank you for sprinkling. Make sure, if you don't know you're following, good morning, Jessica. If you don't know you're following our page, if you go ahead and tap your screen, if you are not following, it will give you an opportunity to follow, and we would just love and appreciate that. You guys have a blessed weekend. I will see you on the main page Tuesday. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.